Hello, my name is Vinay, and today I'll be talking about an interesting article which I came across while surfing through space system related news. So I recently came across an article which talked about the Space Surveillance Telescope, which was in news for the past full decade, but due to some testing issues, it was never really fully launched. So now the Space System Surveillance Telescope created by the US Space Force is finally ready to use after years of testing. And it is now currently in Australia, offering a fresh vantage point from which to search the sky for extraterrestrial spacecraft, space junk or debris, and celestial objects of interest. The telescope, which underwent years of testing and saw its first light in 2011, is now prepared to begin operations in the Southern Hemisphere, where it will join the International Space Surveillance Network for the United States and its allies. The telescope can be used for additional astronomical studies as well, in addition to its primary task of searching for alien spacecraft or space debris orbiting the Earth. The telescope can identify asteroids and comets as well as track dim objects in outer space to assist predict and avert future collisions. Well, the telescope is the space surveillance telescope is refocusing at a time when space debris is turning into a critical issue for American policy, for American space system policy, especially. Like the number of Starlink satellites being sent into orbit today are uh, Starlink is the the satellites by commercial company like SpaceX. So the number of Starlink satellites are increasing day by day, and also the space traffic. So SST is emerging at a very good time right now. Well, Space Force claims that the SST, that is the space, that is the telescope, short form for the telescope, can see as high as the geosynchronous orbit. It's uh, it's an high Earth orbit called geosynchronous for a reason because it enables satellites to follow the rotation of the planet. It is the point which is almost 22,000 miles above Earth's equator and is a useful place to keep an eye on the weather, communication, and surveillance. So, so overall, if we see, this telescope will be a huge, useful thing for everyone, especially for the US space system space.